Okay, 18. A student has a bus pass with a balance of $30. Each time the student rides the bus, the balance on the bus pass decreases by $2.25. What is the greatest number of bus rides the student can take using the bus pass? Well, let's highlight what we know. We know $30 is how much the balance is on their bus pass, and that each time they ride the bus it costs them $2.25. We can also just take a look at these answers. These are all whole numbers, which makes sense because you're not going to have a partial bus ride, right? So 10, 13, 14, 15, all the numbers are pretty close together, so it's not going to be easy to guess. So let's go ahead and take a couple of different approaches. One is you can take 225 and multiply it by each of these numbers and see which one of them comes up closest to the $30. So let's go ahead and start with that because it's going to be the easiest way to solve it. I'm not exactly sure it's how they want you to solve it, but I'll show you another way in a minute. But if we multiply this by 10, then we get 0, 5, 2, and 2. So we get $22.50 there. And that's a little shy of $30. If we multiply it by 13, we get 3 times 5 is 15, 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7, 2 times 3 is 6, do our placeholder, 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 2 is 2, and 1 times 2 is 2. And we add these together, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 2 decimal points. Remember, we got to do this. And we get 29.25. Well, that's very close to 30. And let's go ahead and subtract it just in case you don't see this. So we get 5, 7, 0, and 0. So we're left with 75 cents here. So we can't do an additional trip because it's not enough money. So this is the answer, 13. But let's go ahead and do it the way I think they want you to do it. And that is to take 30 divided by 225. There's actually another way you can do it, and I'll show you that too. So whenever we're dividing by a number with a decimal in it that's not at the end of the number, we want to put it at the end of the number like that. So, and every number has a decimal point. We usually don't write it if it's at the end. So because I moved this one over 2, I need to move this one over 2, and then we'll bring that straight up. So now 225 goes into 300 one time, 225, 0, 5, 7, and that goes to 2. So now we're left with 750, and then we need to bring down the 0. I got those a little out of a line. Nope, that's not right either. It is 750. I did bring it down. Okay, so how many times is 225 going to 750? Well, 3 of them would be 675. So that's 675. And then we're going to get 5, 4. That'll be 7. And again, we're left with the 75 cents. So it's $13 and then 75 out of 225. Again, we're going to get the answer B. And there's actually one other way to do it, and that is you could just take 225 and just keep adding it up until you get what you think, you know. That'll be the longest way to solve it, but it works. Or you could even kind of do a combination. You could do 10 times 225 is 2250. And that represents 10 rides, and then you could just start adding $2.25 and until you get to you know, the $13. So the real key part in this is this extra 75 cents. You can't go over 13 because you wouldn't have enough money for a full ride. So and notice this one thing here, 84% of the students that answered this question got it right. So it is one of the easier questions on the test. So anyway, I hope that helps, and I'll see you in the next one.